Opera SM here with what will hopefully be a concise deck tech here of the Blink Ray, the Kalemne, Yaron, Charming Prince Blink combo deck. So the deck works. Yarion, his companion, you have to play 2 or less spells, but when it enters the battlefield, exile each other creature you control, then return them to the battlefield with their reinforcements. And Charming Prince, when it enters the battlefield, return target creature you control to your hand. If it's legendary, it gets full mana. Yarion is legendary, it will get full mana, and it also costs 14 mana or more. The reason we're using Kalemne for this is because his abilities are kind of custom tailored to this. So his first loyalty ability creates the greater avatar of Erois support token, which while it's on the board, your first creature gets +X and haste. This is great because it will let us attack the turn we start going off to win. And that coupled with the second ability, when you cast a creature with base cost 14 or greater, Yaron, you gain 2 experience. So every iteration we will get 2 experience points, and then eventually things will be big enough to attack for a hasty win. Rest of the deck, we have Unpredictable Cyclone with a bunch of cycling cards. This way we can cycle another card to fetch our first card without cycling. The only things are Yarion and Charming Prince. We have 5 creatures with the remaining slots, which is awesome. 3 creatures with cycling 2, 2 creatures with cycling 3, and then we just rounded out the deck with 2 other cycling 2 spells. That still keeps us under our limit. So that is how the deck works. Let's go ahead and do a test in training grounds. I think this is legacy training grounds here because I needed to clear some charges and already cleared all my standard ones. But while we're waiting for this, I thought previously that you would need the third creature to blink like some previous videos I talked about, but with Kalemne's abilities, it makes it so you don't have to do that since it can get haste and they can get big. Also, his abilities, let's take a look at our starting hand so we can think about it as we're going. So 3 cycling cards. This is the sort of hand I got last time, and I got a turn 2 win. Before that, a turn 3 win, which is awesome. But his other loyalty abilities can be great. The second ability is a little bit of a non-bow because when you blink Yarion, he will be a new object and won't remember he has double strike, so that goes away. But the final ability, the Greater Giant's Triumph token, will make it so when the Yarion attacks, it will deal damage equal to its power to opposing planeswalker, and you get 10 loyalties. So it effectively cuts off 10 iterations you need to do to get lethal in the loop, since it gets 10 experience. So that will make your creature 10 power higher and then drain for another 10 as well. But so basically what we want to do with this deck is now we're just going to cycle away cards till we find our combo pieces. We will need to activate the first ability, which will fetch us Yaron, but then also make our guys hasty and then grow as our experience grows. So let's go ahead and find a match. We've got a red match and a white match, which is fantastic here. That's actually going to fill up most of the loyalty in our hand, which is awesome. Small little thing, but for cycling 2 is better just because it takes less to cycle stuff away. But for cycling 3 creatures, things you can cast that are larger than, how do I put this? Have a converted mana cost that's below 14 because you want to guarantee hitting Yaron, but is as close to 14 as you can get. That way they can hold a little extra mana. Like right here, this Rooting Moloch will hold extra mana that Dranith Healer would not be able to hold. So small little thing. Let's double check. There's not something we can do here that will get us more mana than the 16 mana from the white 3 and the red 3 match. We could get a loyalty 3 into a red 3. We could get a loyalty and a red 3, actually 2 different ways, but we're just going to go ahead and take this so we don't take forever here. Great, we have another red match we can get for even more mana, which is awesome. So what we're going to do is start doing the cycling 2 cards first. Great, there's our Charming Prince. Now let's go ahead and let's see, Dranith has cycling 3, so we'll cycle him away. Now, Unpredictable Cyclone. Awesome, cool. So I think what we're going to do here is actually just, there's 2 different routes we can take. Because we know we're going to fetch a Yaron, Anyway, so so I think, though, what we are actually going to try to do is get this unpredictable cyclone down to show how that's works. So we know we could naturally find the combo by fetching out the Yaron and getting the experience counter on the board. We're still going to have to get that there. But what I'm going to try doing is the unpredictable cyclone route, and then cycle stuff away so we can get both the Charming Prince and the Yarion into our hand fully charged. So let's see. We've got a match 3 red in the third column, which is pretty good. I think that's going to be our best thing. We also have a green match or some loyalty matches. We'll just go ahead and take the red match, which also gives us loyalty, which is great. I'm seeing if that changes our effect of what we want to do. I don't think it does, but oh, wow, nice. That was fantastic. So we are all set up here. Got a great cascade there. That's awesome. So what is this? This is turn 3? Turn 3. Yeah. All right. So we should hopefully be able to go off here because we've got red match. Yep. So we should get a turn 3 win here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and make a hasty thing. And now we're going to try to cycle some of these cards away to get fully charged pieces. There's a charged Charm Prince. Yes, so we've got 2 more chances to try to hit a Yarion. So we'll give it a shot. There's another Charm Prince. Want to spin the wheel one more time? Let's spin the wheel one more time. Why not, folks? Yeah, there's a Yarion. All right, cool. So even if we didn't have it, we just would have had to wait another turn or 2 to be able to cast some other things. So what I'm going to do is just turn off these other Charmed Princes right now, just so you know how it would work if we only had one instead of the... Actually, there's no sense in doing that. I'm not going to get caught up in details, but if we can reinforce it, Yarion will have them come back with the reinforcements, so that will actually speed up the clock, but it's going to cut a little time off. So let's double check here. We have, when you cycle another card, fetch the first card without cycling from your library that shares it. So that's what we've been using to get things. And then this is the one we care about, though. While on the board, your first creature gets +X and gains haste. And then when you cast a creature card with base cost 14 or greater, you gain 2 experience. So as we flicker them, we're going to get 2 experience each iteration of the loop. So let's see how much loyalty we have now. We have 18. We need 18. We have 8. So we would need 18 in order to activate this second ability. I'm not sure I want to wait for that. Actually, I will. So what we're going to do is we are just actually going to focus on getting loyalty here, I think. In order to win here. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to cast 2 of these Charm Prince to start just attacking, because we can do that. And then we will be ready to... Actually, I'll do something even cooler than that. So we'll get this Charm Prince down. We're just going to start making loyalty, and then we'll show you what we're going to do for some other cool stuff that we're going to try to get going here. Great. So these are just going to attack to take his charge down a little bit. I just want to be able to activate some of these extra loyalty abilities so we can win even faster here. So we're at 10, so we need to get up to 12 loyalty. So let's see, we can get a match of some green here. Let's just go ahead and do that for now. Just doing this since we're not in any danger. We had the turn 3 win on the board, but we're just actually going to try to win in a faster manner here, if we can, using some tricks. So we need 1 more loyalty. Great. So let's see. With that, we can get some white matches or red matches here. Don't think it matters too much which of them we do. Let's go ahead and just take the white match, or red match, which could lead to some other stuff. He's going to get a match 5 if Greg plays well. Good job, Greg. All right. So now I'm going to try doing something a little tricksy if I can. We'll see if this will work. So usually you would have to use the second loyalty ability in order to get any sort of advantage with this. So when a creature you control with base power 14 or greater attacks, they will deal and lose damage. So if we can find a way to get a match 5, which I don't think we can on this board, we need an extra swap to do a trick where we could have the second Yarion going through here. So I don't think we have that. So what I'm going to do is, again, just try to ramp up loyalty so we are able to just play the ultimate so we don't have to attack for as much. We're not under any threat from our opponent, so we're just taking some extra turns for real time. Again, we have the turn 3 win assembled on the board, but we're just going to want to, so we only need 4 more loyalty to get to the ultimate, so it will take less time to actually, less real life time to actually combo here. So let's see, with this, again, not going to take forever, just going to take this. Maybe we'll get a black match. Yeah, we did. Sweet. Great. We could get a red match here. How many loyalty do we need? We need 2 more loyalty. So let's see, is there a way that we can get 2 loyalty through a match? I have a red match, which could go into a blue match. There's some green matches that could do something. Let's just go ahead and take the red match and then hope we get a blue match. If not, we'll do 1 more turn. Oh, that's what we get. We waited for our opponent to drop a creature, but we're going to have a cool thing we can do because the ultimate will deal damage to their creature and their opponent's planeswalker equal to the power of, to their first opposing creature equal to our Yarion's power. So we will have to attack with Yarion, so our extra little creatures we had won't do a lot, and then when this dies he'll gain 30 life, so we'll actually have to gain some life back, but that's fine. Yarion will have reinforcements, which is great. So what we're going to do here, I think we just need 1 more matchup, then next turn we'll have the ultimate going. Actually, he killed our other support, so let's just go ahead and make it right now. This is turning into a bit of a longer game, but a little less of a ramble and more coherent, useful information. So we'll just take that little extra time for that. Let's see. So we have a white match, maybe into a green match. Oh, darn it. What I was supposed to do is activate the first loyalty ability. Whatever. That's fine. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll do that now because this has to be on the board. Oh, it already was on the board. I'm just not seeing it. Well, crap. I just wasted loyalty. Whatever. All right. Yeah, I am punting it big time here as I'm trying to do this. But anyway, that's fine. So we'll keep going, and then if he's going to kill us due to damage, we will come back here. Can you find the match 5, Greg? Good job. Okay, so his creature's getting bigger, which is unfortunate, but it's my fault. I was not paying attention to the board state well. So let's go ahead and see what we can do for more loyalty and more hitsies of our opponentsies. All right, how much loyalty do we have here? 13, we have to get up to 15. So let's see. We can get, this will get us a big chunk of the way there. All the way there, actually. Perfect. All right, now we'll go off using the ability. Obviously, we took a bunch of extra turns because I punted big time, but that's fine. So we would have had we were set up to have a turn 3 win. That's actually amazing. In the 3 games that I've tested, I got a turn 3 win, a turn 2 win, and then a turn 3 win, theoretically, on the board. So we're obviously longer than that because we're trying to use the ultimate ability, but let's see how it works now. So confirming, we do have the greater avatar of Aroas that I completely missed on board last time. Check. So now we're going to go ahead and activate the second loyalty ability. So now we have this: whenever a creature you control with base power 14 or greater attacks, it deals damage equal to its power to opposing planeswalker and to their first opposing creature. So we'll use that to kill off the Exquisite Archangel. They'll gain 3 life, but then they're going to 30 life, but then they're going to lose some as well. So, all right. Let's see. Charming Prince would bounce that back to hand. So it would have to be, so playing the second Yarion won't actually do anything here. But if we had multiple Charming Princes like we did early and started comboing off, we could have attacked with the Charming Prince instead that turn for making a lot more damage happen. So here we go. So we're going to play Yarion. He's going to come in, then Charming Prince will bounce him back to hand with full mana, then Yarion will come back to hand, auto-cast to bounce Charming Prince, and that will be the loop. So here we go, folks. Blink Ray. Activate. Alright, there's Yarion. He got big because he already has some loyalty. We go ahead and bounce Yarion. Charming Prince comes. Now Yarion comes in. We'll see a lot of these animations. I wish we could turn these animations off. We can't, but the animations of the buffing that's happening off of the first loyalty support is what's taken a bit of this time, but not too bad. Just 2 clicks per iteration of the loop, selecting the Yarion, and then selecting the Yarion, and then clicking OK. So again, we will have to do some extra damage here that we normally wouldn't have to do because of his Exquisite Archangel, which gains him 30 life when he dies. If not, we would only have to get the opponent to, our creature up to like 42 power, or excuse me, 46 power, because then it would drain make the opponent take 42 damage, and we could swing for 42 with Yarion. So if they didn't have the blocker there, we would actually only be a couple iterations of this loop away from winning. So it's actually not too slow if you do activate the ultimate ability. If you can't, it just takes roughly double the amount of time, which still isn't the worst. But the big thing is, if we're going to be winning likely before turn 5 with this deck, again, small sample size, but winning turn 3, turn 2, and turn 3 has my eyeballs going, oh my gosh, this is super cool. And rambling, we joked it was the crazed ramblings of a mad scientist on the From the Ashes Slack. But yeah, I'm super stoked about this, which is part of the reason why I'm a little trembly now and like excited, and maybe not seeing some obvious stuff on the board, like the the first support token, which I totally missed earlier. But that's fine. I can poke fun at myself. So again, at this point, we normally would already be able to kill the opponent, but we need to make sure we can kill them after they gain 30 life as well. So I think how the wording of the card is that your opponent is drained for life. You do it in what's written, the order of what's written on the card. So your opponent drains for life equal to the creature's power, then it deals damage equal to the creature afterwards. So we're going to drain them for half, but then they're going to gain 30. So we have to make sure that we've done enough damage to them to get through. So let's figure this out. So if we deal them half damage, So let's see. We're at 61. Opponent is at 96. So we are very close here. So when we're at 63, coming up here, that would take the opponent down to 28. They go up to 30, and then it would kill them. I might have not had to do it. I might have done this one extra time just out of caution, but if I did my math right, this should work. So let's see, 91 minus 63 is 28, and then he'll gain 30, go up to 58, and then go down to dead when attacking. So now we voluntarily stop the loop. 28, he dies. Oh, he didn't even gain the life. That's okay. Didn't know exactly how the trigger was going to work, so was cautious. So did a couple extra iterations of the loop. But that's how the Blink Ray deck works. Kalemne is like custom made to make this work. It's awesome with his loyalty abilities, not needing a third creature, having so many creature slots available afterwards with the oh, forgot to give the shout out. I did it in my other video, but Yanis came up with the fantastic cycling shell with unpredictable cyclone in his Pinderkastfeast. I probably butchered that. The Dutch for peanut butter bicycle shell. So I've combined that with this. Had a good time brainstorming with Summon Ghost as well, figuring out this Yarion Charming Prince idea and kind of sparking more ideas and directions to go off with it. But thanks to those and everyone else in From the Ashes Alliance of Coalitions. Really appreciate you guys and all my spamming of the of the forums we have right now of our Slack chat as well, as I'm super excited about this. But hopefully this was an easier deck tech to watch despite continued painful misplays from me, but a little less crazy ramblings of a mad scientist. All right, take care, everyone.